with me. All right. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Heather Brooks with eXp Seniors Network. I want to welcome everybody here. I know we've had a lot of questions about our great affiliate program or the certification program that eXp brought in, which is the Senior Placement Advisor certification. I have Chuck and Vincent on here to talk to you guys about things, and you guys ask questions and open up your mics. So I do see a hand up. Vince, Chuck, I'm gonna shut my mic off. Let you guys take it away. Hillary's got her hand up, so I'll let you go down the line.
That's the first one I see too is Miss Hilaire Radwick.
Yes, that's right. You got it. You get a
All
prize.
right. How can we help you out? Or what questions do you have?
I was wondering about I have a couple questions. The start date is, the time commitment for the training, and how in depth do you get? And then cost. And then also the follow-up, will there be someone available as you're going along to ask questions after you get your certification?
Okay, let's unpack that one at a time. That's a few questions.
Sorry.
Um, let's see. What was question number one, please?
The start date of the
Think
training.
everybody has the same questions. So I think it's great that she's asking all those questions at once because it kind of goes across the board. So thank you very much for asking.
The program has already started, so the start date is up to you. And the speed at which you take the course is up to you. At the end of the course, you will be certified as a certified senior placement advisor. The course was developed by myself and by Chuck. We started the industry 30 to 35 years ago, and we've been in the industry ever since. So Chuck went on to build the largest senior placement franchise system in the world, and I went on to head the trade association for placement agents. Between us, we know everything there is across the nation as far as laws and best practices for agents. We integrated all of that into the program. So, how long is the program? It's about 5 to 5.5 hours. Very simple. Um, but but we've touched on everything that we need in order for a real estate agent to be successful in this arena. Um, what you will learn is number one, you're going to have a foundation of the various phrases and words you'll hear, such as what is assisted living, or um, what uh, what is memory care? When's it good for? Then we'll also go through assessing a client, evaluating a home. We'll also show you how to market for referral sources so that a, you'll always be having something in your pipeline. These referral sources are folks that they have referrals that seniors are moving from their houses or they're having to move. And you're going to be there to help them every step of the way, from actually finding a placement, which garners you a commission of 80 to 100% of the first move-in fee. So that's $5,000 to $15,000 typically. Um, and assessing a client, knowing what's going on with the client and then of course we also show you how to match the right home to the client. The marketing aspect in module 6 is probably something that everyone could benefit from, because, well, I mean, you could benefit from all modules, but the marketing module itself will help you to get those referral sources constantly coming in. So, or referrals coming in your pipeline. So you're not searching for a new referral every time you list a house. Now, the beautiful part of that is you'll be there first in line to get the listing because you've already gained trust of the family. You help them place their loved one. You help them every step of the way and help them answer their questions. which will be answered in the video series that you have. After gaining their trust, you're going to go ahead and let them know that you're an EXP agent and that you can gain top dollar for their real estate sale, because that's what they need. They want to know that you're going to take some stress off them. Right now, they're under tremendous stress. They usually have 2 days to find a home for mom or dad, and then they have to immediately sell that home. Well, you just took off two variables right off their plate. So you're in a great position as far as being a trusted advisor for the client. What was the next question, Hilaire?
I said time commitment cost of the training.
The cost of the training is $9.95. The value of the training, of course, is up to you. So $9.95 is 1/4 of a placement. You make one placement and you just paid for the course and then some. So you're actually in the black as soon as you make your first placement. And once you get that first listing, my goodness, you're off to the races.
And then you said that the way you would it was like you would get the referral for the placement first, and then it would naturally transition into a listing.
Correct.
So how much time and would I need to be setting up a VA to help me with leads and to nurture them, or how would
I,
that work?
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you. I heard you say something about a VA.
Would I to handle the leads coming in, because I'm a real estate agent and I'm out in the field a lot and sometimes can't answer my phone all the time. Would I need a VA to help with the referral flow?
Not not
Hillary, let me give you
necessarily.
one great example here. Um, this isn't like you're chasing a listing like you pretty much do now, you know. This is you gain the trust of one case manager, and he or she's going to give you 4 to 6 cases per month. So the volume isn't going to be like needing a virtual assistant. Um, the timing is we would teach you how to market to case managers, doctors, nurses, those kinds of things. And you really don't need a lot of them. So it's not something will have to like constantly be marketing for. Once you gain that trust of that referral source, that person is going to continue to refer people to you because they have to get people out of the nursing home, out of the hospital. They have to get people safe. A home health case manager, if someone's unsafe at home, they have to get them out of their home. Same with hospice. So it's not like there's a lot of time where you're constantly marketing and doing those kinds of things. You can just get a couple referral sources till you feel confident with the number of referrals that you're getting. But each referral source that you get has 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors a month that need to find a place. So
Okay.
your time is it's not like you're marketing this full time.
So the manager part, I have no idea how to work with a case manager,
And that's why we'll teach
or
you.
get their attention.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll teach you how to do all that stuff.
Oh, okay. And then how about follow up after, say I've got my certification and I'm out there, I'm working with clients. Will there be a way to contact you again if I need help with a case?
Yeah, we have for EXP, we have a special price expert roundtables, 249 for lifetime. So that gives that support for you during those situations. We will start with regular times where you can just jump in on phone calls and such. But we'll take calls directly here and there if you have a question with a client directly, as long as you're part of that program.
And it's a one-time fee?
One-time fee, yeah.
Okay. All right. That's it for my questions.
All right. Well, those are good questions. Thank you, Hilaire.
I'm sure I'll have more.
Um, We'll be there. We'll be here for you.
Dawn,
Let's see.
Dawn, please, please open up your mic. She's got her hand up.
Just the website to be a little clunky. Like I'm already done the training, but I like to go back in there and just kind of refresh as I'm, preparing to add this service to my lineup. And I want to review the material over and over again. And I just want to find the best way to go in and out of my particular login. Can you help me with that?
Don, we can work with you on that offline. Definitely. You have to have a decent computer. Not that you don't. I'm just saying, this isn't a class you take on your phone because it's heavy duty video. So it isn't anything that you could really benefit from a phone or, those kinds of things. So a laptop or desktop, but we can connect on and figure that out for you.
I would love that. Thank
Not
you
a
so
problem.
much.
Not a problem.
And Kim,
Unmute, there we go. So my question is, why do we need the CRM? What does the CRM provide for us?
We went first, what, Vince, 10, 15 years without a CRM. I mean, you can do it without a CRM,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like, let me ask you a question. If you had a client looking for a home and you didn't have the MLS, it'd be awful hard to, organize all that stuff, right? Once you see 3 or 4 smaller assisted living care homes, it's hard to like keep them apart from each other. It's an organization thing. Now, by all means, if you're organized a different way, you don't necessarily need the CRM. The CRM also makes it easier to send what we call referral alerts, which basically is kind of like telling that homeowner or that facility, hey, I have Jane Doe for you, and I'm going to be bringing her over for a tour. You know what I mean? So you can do it. We can do it without. We recommend it's much smoother, with it, but it can be done without.
Chuck has some good points. He likes that. Those are the things he likes about the CRM. The things that I like about the CRM is it can send out an invoice if you want. It can also, the beautiful thing is it's downloaded with every assisted living in your area.
Good
So
point.
you don't have to know those assisted livings. You look it up in your CRM and then you say, okay, maybe I better go visit these places because they're within 5 miles of my client's family who will be visiting them. And you want to get that as close as possible. So that's another pillar is trying to find a geography that's close enough to family where they're consistently see mom and dad. That's one of the pillars. You're going to learn the pillars during our video. Those pillars are financially, what are they able to afford? Same as a real estate sale. Geographically, where do they want to be? Same as a real estate sale.
Can I
Medically,
ask a
matching them
question?
with a home, which the CRM helps you to do, and then socially matching them with a home, which the CRM helps you to do as well.
So let's just say you get a client that lives currently within a few minutes of where where I'm located, let's say, and the CRM is loaded with all the places around here, but their kids live 2 counties away and they want their mom close to them. Do we have, like in the MLS, I can look into other counties in the state. Is there a way to access other areas with that CRM, or is it only our current area?
You would have to talk with Jason because that is a separate company. Senior Place is separate from us.
yeah, see,
So you would have to just have
Yes.
that discussion with.
I thought we had both
Jason.
of you here. I'm sorry. I
oh,
thought
no,
Vince
no,
was
no.
Senior
This
Place,
is
but
just National Senior Placement Academy. The CRM I am going to do with Jason separately because it's just
okay.
too many
My
questions
apologies.
for that one. No,
My
no, that's
my
totally get it.
apologies.
Not a problem.
I'll
It's a
save
great
it.
question, Kim. It's
I'll save
a
it.
super question.
It is a great question, and I believe it pulls from all area in your like that state because they wanted it, if you're in a state, you're like kind of had that area, but I could be wrong. I will bring Jason in for that one though. Don't you worry. All right, Cheryl, and then we're gonna wrap it up because I want to get into today's lesson, which piggybacks off of these guys tonight. So please go ahead, Cheryl.
Yeah, hello, everybody. My question is, when I start touring these facilities, just for myself, I just want to know, do they have a rating like A, B, C, D? Do they? So I'll know like not to go that one or this one is better. How do I know that going in the facility is that there? So I know
Yeah,
that.
one of the things we're going to teach you is how to rate them yourselves. Okay, because anyone can look. If one thing I always tell, the hundreds of people that I've taught do this is that we all have our own different glasses that we wear. Well, what we may think is great for one person, you'd be like, I'd never take anyone here. But you know what? There is no great place for everybody, right? I had a call one day that the daughter called me. She was in tears when she called me. She said, I've been trying to get dad out of his house for 5 years. He finally said yes because he had a fall. But the first thing he said was, you take me to one of those foo-foo places that I'm never leaving. I'm never leaving my home, right? She actually asked me, do you have a home that has sawdust on the floor? Okay. So everyone has their own different thing to what's perfect for them and what isn't perfect for them,
Right.
and so you know what I mean. So the grading that some of the states do, I don't find any value in that at all. North Carolina has a grading system up to 4.0, and every facility has a 3.8 or 3.9. So we're going to teach you what to look for. Specifically, this home would be great for someone with dementia. This home would be great for someone who's like very, very active. So we'll teach you those kind of things in the course. So you can be given your own rating rather than depending on someone else's thoughts and feelings.
And by the way, if they've got that many problems, the state will pull their license or something.
Yes.
So if there is an issue in that respect, just know that that state will come in and pull it. I'm going to take Debbie, and that's going to be the last question because we're already at 4:20. So
Cool.
I'm on the West Coast right now. Sorry, but Debbie, please.
I have a quick question about how the lead flow. Are we getting leads from you? Are we going out and getting leads from, different sources? I mean, where is our business going to come from? I did do some research. Heather happened to see it, and the internet showed me that there were a lot of reps going out and looking. I just pulled up Google, who do I call if I need to find placement for my mom or dad? And there were probably, I don't know, there were maybe 30 or 40 placements. I live in
I'm not
San
even
Diego area. So is it certain that, how do we make this all work?
Here's my question for you is, without even Chuck answering this, do you, when you are, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're on social media, if it's Facebook, great, if it's TikTok, whatever it is, if you're in a group, if you're involved in your community, is there anybody that you heard that's doing this or that you know of that you've met?
No, that's why I
Okay.
was shocked when I saw
And so, by the way, therein lies your grand marketing skill, because you come in and you're doing something different in that room that not one other person is. And that's my class tonight, by the way. That's the class I'm talking about, and how to get you in those rooms and the people and how to do it on the various outlets. So I've got plug and plays for you tonight.
I can tell you that, I visited one hospital, spoke with one case manager that we kind of hit it off, and her job was to discharge people from the hospital, either that couldn't go home or whatever. And that one case manager brought me in a little over 50 grand a month. I was doing 10 to 12 placements per month.
And
So
by
And
the way,
Chuck, were you a realtor?
no, I wish I was.
I know. Me too.
I
now.
know. We think about that for years, guys. I've placed personally probably way over 20,000 people and 100,000 plus indirectly too. And the one thing that Vince and I never did was get our real estate license. And we probably kick ourselves for years for that, because that would have been a couple maybe 10, 12,000 homes sold.
Okay, so I'm going to just quickly, Jennifer Torres just said, what is the certification through? It is through the National
It's through
Senior
us.
Placement Academy. I've already put the link in there. And who recognizes it and is a legit certification, Chuck?
Well, since we started the industry, I kind of think that there's some innate recognition throughout that directly. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, you get a whole certification. All right, guys, I want to
Okay, thank you.
for coming because I'm going to teach them how to get into rooms with people.
Thank
Cool.
you
Sounds
very
good.
much.
Very
I
good.
Thanks,
hope you
everyone.
have a wonderful evening. Look forward to working with everybody.
Got
Thank
it.
you,
We'll bring you
guys.
back some next time.
Okay.
Talk to you guys.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you at EXP Con. Never
Okay.
mind.
Sounds good.
You'll see us on EXP Con stage, you guys. Bye.
Talk to you. Bye.
Thanks, guys. All right. The rest of you guys, hello, hello, hello. So I thank you guys for coming. I wanted them to pop on because there was a lot of you guys that had questions about that certification. Debbie, I love the fact that you are asking about the marketing style of it. And everybody else that's brought in the questions, I appreciate it because your questions are the same questions that the 20 or whatever other people on our call is thinking about also. So I'm going to get right into it. Let's pull up this PDF that should be in the it should be below or in the chat box for you guys, but I'm going to just share my little screen with you guys because I want you to know that I'm going to just do a plug and play with you guys really fast, make it really easy, and it's going to be really fun. So here is what I'm on. My brain works very marketing style, but I like it without feeling salesy. That's just who I am. That's how I've always taught you guys. I have always said you got to like, know, and trust the people that you're working with. You got to serve with your hand up, not your hand out. It is a huge component to the marketing aspect of how we're approaching relationships with our sphere. Think about that. Those relationships with our sphere, we need to, and this is why, Debbie, I asked that question. How many people are you seeing that's putting it on social media? None. I love it. By the way, everybody on every single person on this, please drop in the comment section. Who here, okay, just out of curiosity, who here is seeing marketing done? Doesn't have to be affiliate. Okay, I'm taking you to, all right. Who is seeing marketing done by either assisted living directors, geriatric care managers, elder law attorneys, like are you seeing anybody doing marketing with for the like in those industries? Probably not. That's your sphere of influence, you guys. I tell you guys what's your SOI. These are the essentials that you should have as your sphere of influence. Okay. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I wholeheartedly believe that we are lacking education and we always wait for a crisis when it comes to our parents. And I know that people on this call can totally relate because they've been in the situation. But I also know that you know somebody that's been in that situation. So here is I beg of you guys to like start educating from your heart, telling stories with your sphere of influence. I talk about this all the time. So it got me thinking. The word affiliate marketing is no different than when you, by the way, but before social media, okay, think about this. It was no different than us seeing like Magic Johnson and Nike get together and doing a brand deal. No, like he really, brands really got placed in the eye when some big hubby dubub had the brand. So it's no different than affiliate yourself with a trust attorney. Affiliate yourself. Now, what do I mean by affiliate yourself? Turn it into a win-win. Here's what I mean by this, okay? I'm going to show you that I put something together last week I want to show you that how I put it on LinkedIn and I put it on social media. And it's amazing to see the two styles of how the numbers that came out. Okay. So I'm just going to take a, for instance, I'm going to give you 10 examples and then I'm going to show you what I did and I'm going to show you how I did it. And then I'm going to let you go free with your plug and plays with all the different people. Okay. So basically, there are 10 ways to approach a relationship building and marketing. Okay. And I'm picking the one I'm picking today is senior living communities. A lot of us have a problem getting past the opening the door, don't know what to say, don't know how to get behind, don't know how to connect. I love talking to people that you guys know. I mean, come on. So anyway, I love talking to people, but I really truly hardly believe that you got to weave in stuff into that. It's huge with storytelling about that person, what's important, what you learned or something. No different than an assisted living community. That's where we're coming to, a senior living community. We get into the door of a senior living community. There are so many ways that you can highlight that senior living community, whether it's staff that you met there and that you've grown fond of, or whether it's walking into the door and seeing them play games and them do this and that, highlighting the features of the community, or if it's highlighting the unit and what something has to it, or highlighting an event that you want to plan there. So let's talk about LinkedIn. These are the 10 ways that you can do this with a senior living community. By the way, the next sheet I'm going to have, or on the last sheet, I've got like 10 different spheres of influence that you can actually do this with. So we're going to do the senior living community, LinkedIn, post a behind the scenes. If you're going through something, say, hey, I had the greatest time going through blah, blah, Sunset Senior Living Community and highlight so and the chef and the blah, blah, blah. I say that because when you're on LinkedIn, you start tagging, the main corporation sees it. How cool is that? And then they might just post your story. And so people will go and look at your story and you highlighting that. Okay. Think about that. Now, next, Facebook, Instagram, do a collaboration. When I say collaboration, ask for permission. Can I walk through here and highlight it? And then I'll tag you guys. Fascinating. Do a personal walkthrough. Highlight the things that you love. Walk through a one bedroom. I have tons of social media I've done on this. They get great reviews. I've done it. You can do building of relationships and highlight the relationships of of the people that you've met in that community. Everybody from the person who runs the art room to they've got a lot of these communities have their own physical therapists that are on site. Go and meet who the physical therapists and highlight them, because we all need physical therapy as we get older. We really do. I mean, think about that. YouTube. If you got a YouTube channel, do an interview. Take the executive director or the activities director, highlight the top 3 things. I always tell you guys to stick to 3 things because our brains, specifically my brain, can't really comprehend too much. We like 3 things, bullet point, the highlights. All right. Then you've got newsletters. People like old school newsletters. We do like that. Specifically mailing it to home. Really, when you put a newsletter together and you highlight the community or an event that's happening at the community, it's great. But then you've got an educational workshop. Maybe you want to host an event. Go ask the assisted community, can I host an event in one of your places? A lot of them will allow you to do that. They don't mind bringing in some type of education. Heck, they might even invite their list to come in and do that with you. So that's a big, huge thing of joint partnerships. I bring these things up because this stuff gets you in the door when you're meeting with people and you're highlighting, because guess what? Nobody's doing that for senior living communities. Nobody's doing it for trust attorneys. Nobody's doing it for move managers. They're not highlighting things. They're not going through these really cool things that people are struggling with. I'm going to show you why I keep saying this to you guys. All right, ready? So I then say, ooh, sorry, there's two. Okay. Resident family network. I tell you guys to do checklists and stuff, right? I always do. I'm a big checklist person. You can also do connecting their staff with sphere of influence. The same people that you guys are working with, you can always just recommend them to the senior living community. Now, I am giving you 10 sphere of influence, 10 SOIs that should be in your back pocket. This is your secret sauce. Remember, we talk about secret sauce. You know, everybody has their different style of marketing. And while Vince and Chuck's certification program have one style of marketing, it may work for you, doesn't work for me. When they talk about certain things like going into a hospital and meeting certain people, I like being in a room with a lot of people, meeting a bunch of different people and kind of massaging it and seeing where it leads organically than heading into a hospital. That's me. I like to find myself in a room filled with those people like this, and you're going to find plenty of them. There's a lot of nonprofit organizations that put together breakfasts that do this stuff, and go find one. Go to your area agency on aging and ask them, like, hey, I want to get involved in, like in a senior industry event, senior industry networking event. Look up your state or your county senior industry networking event. Those words, senior industry networking events, and plug in your area, whatever your city is. Stuff will come up. Go there, go check it out. That's where you're going to meet all these people. But guess what? I'm going to get back to marketing. We are the grand masters of marketing. We own marketing. Real estate agents own marketing, but aging specialists dominate it because that's a specific niche. That is a very, very specific niche. What do I mean by that? I'm going to show now. I'm going to get into social media and what numbers say. LinkedIn, okay? Social media. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that top thing, okay, with this affiliate and marketing and why you want to be turning these into win-win partnerships. All right, guys. So, my excitement can't contain it. Here we go. Really fast, take a side note. Those of you who keep looking for where is the certification program, where's the certification program, EXP Solutions. Okay, that's what it looks like. Just FYI, I've just left it up so you guys can see it's here. All that information right here. Okay, just FYI. So I'm turning that out. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this, and I'm going to show you going into LinkedIn first, is because I decided to post a video. Wait, actually, I'm going to show you I posted a video on TikTok and I was shocked, absolutely shocked at the amount of views, people, comments, and everything. And I think I might even showed you guys last week, maybe not. But the point of this video is that there's 138 comments here. And the reason why I say this is because if you look, oops, sorry. Oh my God, skip, sorry. If you look at this video, it has 67,000 views. Okay. It has 2,000 hearts. 138 people have commented, along with 622 people saved it. Show up in those conversations as their kid. And it's in ways that are actually going to. Okay, so sorry. So the reason why I bring this up is 66.9. The reason why I'm bringing this up to you guys is because this is really, really important for you guys to understand this. I was talking about having hard conversations with parents, hair messy, in a garage, and I just needed to get this thing out of my brain about the struggles that we have in the sandwich generation. 67,000 people agree with me that this is an issue that we are having. So I said, damn, I got to bring this to LinkedIn because I want LinkedIn to know. Now, LinkedIn is my powerhouse for people in the industry that I value relationships with and that I look up to, that when there is resources that I need, I know who to go to. And they're like tops in our industry, and I love it. Look at what I did. I go to LinkedIn. Now, the reason why I say this to you guys, I want you guys to see this video when I posted, when I'm showing you today, it's 66.9, right? And it had, I just, somebody, if you guys can remember these numbers, because I posted these numbers on LinkedIn last week. Going to be vastly different. Are you ready? Here's my LinkedIn. I post on LinkedIn this. The public is starving for guidance. Oops. I say, the public is starving for guidance on aging and caregiving. I posted this video last week on TikTok. By the way, do you notice what happened with that video? It originally had 65,000 views when I put this on LinkedIn. It's now 67,000, right? Look at that. And so I said, not because I danced, not because it was perfectly edited, and it's definitely not because I dressed up pretty for a video. It's all because I spoke the truth about what it feels like to parent aging parents and be the one expected to hold it all together. This isn't my first video to go viral on these types of topics. It's a pattern, which tells me one thing. We as an industry are way behind in public education and PSA. You guys, this is what I've been screaming here for years. Screaming. I scream it on LinkedIn all the time. I said, we don't need more advice. We need real voices educating. The public needs people like us to tell them where to find you and why they'll need you sooner than they think. Let's be louder because silence is costing us too much. If you're on social media, please follow, like, and share Sandwich Generation Chats. This is where I'm having those difficult, hard to have Sandwich Generation Chats out loud. Do you see what happened? 3 reposts in my industry. I had 28 people like it. I've had 677 people, view it. I say this because let's talk about affiliate marketing. I'm going to go back to affiliate marketing. I get these messages often, by the way. This person wants to talk to me about their smart home connected and what they're doing and what they've got. I want you guys to know, I already know this company. I already know him. He just doesn't remember me. I clearly wasn't on his radar, but I am now. I'm on his radar now because now he gets it. Now he sees me and he understands it's like she's doing it. There's way more of these. And the bottom line is it's about the way you decide to show up. That's what it comes down to, you guys. It comes down to the way you decide to show up and where you're showing up. I don't care. Show up wherever you want to show up. But here's what I will tell you. Just do it. Don't back out. Be consistent, do it, and have fun doing it. Because clearly we lack education in public. And by the way, that video is nothing compared to like 10 other videos that I have. That number was nothing. I say that because we're having a hard time, one, discussing aging. We just need to cut that crap out and reframe aging. That's how I feel. We're living longer. We look better. This ain't your granny grab ours. It's like not the way that used to be in the 60s. We may be living in the 1960 homes. That's where we come in. That's where you guys come in. You either help them modify it or you help them move. I've been saying that for years, modify or move, because that's the way it's going. You got to modify the home to stay there or you're going to have to move. And by the way, if you have to move, where are you going to move to? So you better figure out all those options, whether it's reverse mortgage for purchase. That's your sphere of influence again. But it's whether it's maybe assisted living communities. The more information the more education that you can come up with in your area and really target those assisted living communities and all of the other things, that's huge. What about a a trust attorney? Like, let's talk about how different probate process is from county to county, state to state, or staying out of it, or whatever the case may be. There is so many different laws in so many different areas. If you are in California, you guys should be educating on the tax incentives for those that can take their base value of their home from one county to another. That's huge. That's big. Because a lot of people think that, holy cow, I'm going to go buy something and now I've got to pay taxes at what it is at that price. And that's not the case in California. Is it in other states? I don't know. I mean, like, every state has something. Not every state has something, but it's your job to figure that out and then go educate people, because there's a lot of things that hold people back. Find that little niche. Clearly, I found what's the word I'm looking for? I found the punch in people's guts when it came to talking to them about education. Like, you don't know where to go. I get it. You feel alone. I've gotten that emergency call, like, oh my God, where do I place my parent? And then you go highlight that community. And by the way, go to my website. You can get all that information. Back to that CRM. Here's how I'm looking at the CRM. If you're not busy enough to put into the CRM, don't get into the CRM. Just plain and simple. If you've got tons of stuff in your pipeline, and I think, I don't remember who said it, but somebody said, oh, am I going to need to get a VA? That would be your VA, because that's pushing out paperwork to people already as they're coming into your CRM. Do you see what I'm saying? It would just be your job to follow up. It would already follow up for you, by the way, but it would just be your job to follow up after that follow-up of like, hey, do you want me to show it? Or, hey, do you want to go over there and meet me? Or whatever it is. But I'm just saying, your approach is simple. Okay. Again, you know me, I love plug and plays. I like doing all of it for you guys. So I want you guys to go in. Don't be afraid to do this. And don't be afraid to tag them. Don't be afraid. Here's one thing that I do ask you to respect. Two things. One, please ask them. But two, do not show residents' faces. Don't try to show backs of heads. Unless you get full permission, because some places will give you full permission. In some of places that I've done placements in homes, they'll let me do full. Actually did something last week for one of my clients. She turned 95. But she's in a home. And so I did a whole birthday party. It was so much fun. And I adore her, absolutely adore her. But the point is, plug and play. Okay. Storytelling, senior placement advisor, whatever it is, plug and play. Last week I met, and then the attorney's name. I saw firsthand the amazing work he did. You know, blah blah blah, not garden. You know, he helped somebody through, you know, a complicated trust before it went into probate, whatever it is. And then, you know, talk about whatever you guys talked about. You can go into Facebook, mark your calendars, trust attorney, blah blah blah. We're hosting cocktail night, you know, and we're going to talk about staying out of probate. By the way, I'm just giving you a like talking about trust attorney right now. You can do, when you talk about a personal walkthrough, you can go into his office and do his or her trust attorney's office. And you can actually say, you know what, I stopped by my so-and-so trust attorney's office. I just sat down. Let's talk about what it really takes to go through a trust, and like sit across from them like you're interviewing them kind of in a way on video, you know, like, but make it like kind of cool, that would work for social media, and then you'd put it up there on YouTube. You could do a whole, you know, discussion, 45 minutes about staying out of probate and the paperwork and the laws for your area. Again, laws for your area, because your laws will not pertain to maybe one county over or one state over. So it's like very specific, which is why things really hone in. The more specific you can get within your area, the better it is. So when you talk about the quick win, you can do an activity, like something that you know, like with people, with your sphere of influence, you can bring them in for an activity. There's so many things in a newsletter, you can highlight them. Maybe they don't mind saying, hey, if you highlight me, I'll pay for postage. You pay for printing. There's like so many ways that you guys can go through this. Events. You can go to that senior living community with your trust attorney and do an event there. See how things like that work. If you have an event and you need sponsorships, that's the best part. And then you gloat about it on social media, like, this guy's my trust attorney, like the trust attorney for the area. Look at this great event that we're at. If that trust attorney is at a senior living community workshop or show or whatever it is that you're walking around and you're highlighting all the vendors that are there, this is my buddy, blah, blah, blah. Can't wait to see you next week, and put that in your video and go check it out on your video on social media. Hey, I'm next week, I'm going to go live with so-and-so trust attorney. Drop your comments below. Let me know what your most asked questions are. There's so many ways to play that into social media, but as long as you're hitting social media with sphere of influence, that's money they're leaving on the table because nobody's doing it. Nobody, not one trust attorney's doing it for themselves, not one aging specialist, not one, nothing. But yet you need all of them at some point or something. Really. I mean, that's how that's just me. It's, you know, it is fascinating to see the way relationships work. But I wholeheartedly believe that this is where we are headed. This is, people do not want to be sold like quick decisions. People want to be educated before they make a decision. But here's the problem with that. It's a big problem, by the way. They don't make a decision until the crisis happens. And then they're like, holy cow, what the do I do now? I can't tell you the amount of calls that I get. And I know, I mean, personally, I've seen way too much go on in my own personal life growing up, because I was multi-generational and my mom was a caregiver. But I mean, even with my own clients, even with my own family, it's crazy. We've all been affected by it in some way, shape, or form. And it's something that somebody asked a question, commented on one of my videos, and I made a video back and I said, she says, what makes something about, like, what makes something like this information so special or something? And I want, like, it makes you just want to go. And here's what I said to her. I said, well, first of all, anybody in the industry is going to tell you, that they don't see us until after the crisis and to get help. Number one. Number two, it's a pretty lonely feeling when you get to that point. Okay, that you don't know what to do. But wouldn't you just be happier if at least you had the information beforehand? You could look at it, you can whatever you want to do, but at least you know the information's out there, because right now nobody knows where to go looking for information. Nobody knows what to ask, what to do. And the one thing, and so I hit it home with this. I said, but the best part about everybody that's in my industry, and I have met some of the top people, or I've been in a room with some of the top people, and let me tell you, every one of us, and I always say this on our calls too, we've all been affected by caregiving or some kind of form of it, and are serving from the heart. Every one of us. And if it's not, very few aren't, and it's all money, hungry greed. That's fine. We'll see how long that one lasts if you're in it for that. But everybody that I know, and I'm talking like, all of doesn't matter what area you're in, they've been affected by it. Whether it's a parent, a grandparent, whatever, they've been affected by it. And and one of the things that I love about that is that's shaped me who I am today. That's why I am the person I am today, because of the upbringing I had and the influence that I had, and being able to help my mom caregive for her great grandmother. That was awesome. I wouldn't have wanted any other way. I thought that was the coolest thing. But I don't know any differently. There's a lot of people out there that feel differently, but they just don't know where to go or where to turn. Be that person for them. Hopefully you guys, that helps. All right. Oh my God. I'm getting in under an hour. I'm in Los Angeles, by the way, as you could tell. I'm not there. I'm in LA. Next week, I will be at the Certified Senior Advisor Conference. If there's things at that conference, if anybody's going to the conference, I'd love to see you. But if there's things at that conference that you guys want to know, I'm happy to bring information back for you. I think it would be awesome. So next Thursday night, I leave on Friday or very early in the morning, but just letting you guys know that I will be there. So I'm very excited. But if there's anything at the conference, please let me know, because I'm looking forward to getting lots of great education, meeting some fabulous people, and listening to some great talks. So if you guys have anything that you want to know, I'm happy to grab it. And Jennifer Torres raised her hand.
Hi. I was just wondering, because I think I joined a little bit late. I was having some issues getting in. I joined when everybody was asking questions. So the National Senior Placement Academy is only for the certification that you're going through to learn how to do this, right?
Placement, right.
Right. So when you're learning to do this, and you're saying affiliate, are you talking about being affiliated and getting payment directly from those case managers and
Not through you don't get them through the case managers, you get them directly through the assisted living communities. But when I call it affiliate marketing, I don't necessarily, and that's before maybe you came on, I don't call it affiliate marketing like the terminology they use today. In my head, you're affiliating yourself with this person. It's like the Cialdini effect, Cialdini effect that I spoke about last week. And it's the marketing effect of the reciprocity effect of marketing with people.
Okay, so like just affiliating yourself with that group of people.
Yes.
But in that sense, they would still, like, you would be invoicing them or something like that to get.
No, you don't actually. No,
Oh, okay.
No, not at all. Okay, so placement is all paid by the senior living communities, not case managers or anybody like that. It comes directly from the assisted living communities. That is who pays you directly.
Okay.
So nobody else pays you but the assisted living community Home health care agency, if you've got some kind of a marketing. I have home health care agencies that I work with that will do referral fees with me. That's what a lot of them do. But you got to check your laws. I don't know how, it's
Right.
again laws, but I do stuff with home healthcare agencies. I've done a lot of placement over the years, just because I've had a problem with what do I do with homeowners the next step. I hated that we didn't have a next step. That bothered me. So I went outside of it and I did my own business, did my whole own business. So
Okay. Yeah, that I was wondering because the guys that were on earlier were saying that they didn't have a license. So I'm like, okay, well, they're getting paid somehow
no.
in a different
No,
way
what
other than
happens
real
is
estate.
you are certified, but you have to have a business license for your state. Follow your state laws. And they talk about all the state laws, they go through it. But it's a big component because I run all of that through a business. Like that all of the money that I make on referral fees, like home health care companies, that's all goes to a different business. That has nothing to do with real estate at all. At all. Nothing real estate bound. When I do placement, nothing real estate bound. Just isn't. It's not through a real estate deal. There's no money that's being touched from the sale of the home. It's always being given by the assisted living community. But real estate does not look at assisted living communities as a transaction. It's no different than this is how I see it, and it kind of weird, but it's no different than like an apartment building and putting somebody into a 1-year lease. That's how I looked at it in my head. Very different. It's a whole different beast. When you're talking about assisted living communities. Now I understand why real estate doesn't oversee that component. I totally understand why. However, as a real estate agent, you need the next step. You got to help them get to the next point. Okay, Cheryl. I see you.
Yes. Can you hear me? Yeah, I was just curious, for you, who did you use to build your website with? That's what I'm curious about.
Oh, so
wanna
I hired somebody that was local. I love her. I'm happy to give you who she is.
Yes.
Her name is Enid, Enid with Raw. I think it's called Raw Made. Hold on, I'll tell you. RAW Made, Raw Made, and her name is Enid. 1 second. Brand design. Enid Casablanca is her name. And it's called rawmade.com. RAWMADE, Raw Made. And so she's the one who did my website. If you go to my website, it's called How To, with the number 2, Age Your Way. And you'll see her like on social media and stuff.
Okay.
That. And she did mine, and I was very specific. Now, here's what I need to tell everybody. When you're dealing with the older demographics, you don't need bright, you don't need fancy, you don't need all the bells and whistles. You don't need all that. You need plain, very plain. Large font. Like I said to you guys, here, I put a livability hub on where you can go get all the checklists. Okay. That's where you can get the checklist. So easy and simple. She did that for me, but I told her this is all the stuff I wanted. And it's fabulous. So I'd reach out to her, see what she is. But when you're interviewing people and you're asking, make it very simple, clean, not lots of buttons. Don't like lots of buttons. You need stuff very just compartmentalized. So let me give you guys So here's what I'm working on behind the scenes. So I'm allowed to drop it here because I'm officially dropping it at the Certified Senior Advisor Show. I actually am launching a forward-facing website with a mentor of mine. Her name is Trisha Torrey, Torrey, and Trisha is a fascinating woman. It's called Age Smart 411. And it's basically a Yelp directory for all services in the senior sector, because that's what I've been trying to do for the last 10 years, basically. Between the National Aging in Place Council and other things. So when you're dealing with nonprofit, you can't get there as fast enough. So now I don't have to deal with nonprofit. I get a partner with her. And so that's getting launched in, we're right now taking the database of all of the people that are in the industry. And then we'll open it to the public November, December, and that'll go through my TikTok feed of that's what I'm launching. So all the affiliate marketing, like remember that guy who wants me to do something for him that I've been watching, I'll put that on the website. Like stuff like that'll go through the website, so they'll have links on the website. That's where I'm taking it, but that's stuff that I've been working for 10 years on. This has been 10 years in the making. So it now officially will launch. So I'm very excited. And once it launches, I'll tell everybody so you guys can all be in it on the first year. You'll get a link to the first year. So it'll be fun, but it'll be all aging industry experts all over the world. I mean, all over the nation, and then it'll go worldwide. So it'll be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be big. I'm very excited. So it's so that's what I've got going. But again, you guys, you have no idea how big it is. No idea how big it is. And I say this with all my heart. Go big or go home. Educate, empower people. Seriously, we lack it. We need it as a society. And the worst part is we grew up with it. And like we grew up in the PSA announcement era where you had like the Nancy Reagan don't do drugs, you had, just a lot of like peace, love, and happiness, and you had a lot of stuff. We're in a lot of turmoil, and it's great if you can come in with a big heart in a tackling a problem that nobody wants to talk about. Start reframing aging. Please do that. I beg of you guys. Start reframing aging. I'm begging you. We need to. All right. Well, 2 last questions and I got to get going. All right, Debbie.
Are you going to post those sheets that you had up?
Oh, it's in the chat box. One of the girls Jennifer, I think Rochelle, one of the girls will put it in the chat box for you.
Okay, because I pulled up the Solutions Realty Trust Provider. It didn't match what you had on the screen, so.
That is really, really weird, huh? Okay, I'll figure it out. If somebody can go back on the, that was very weird here.
Trust Provider Directory.
Oh, it's right on the 3rd line down. Okay, hold on. Copy. Oops. Copy link. Okay, I just redid it. It's the same thing. National Senior Placement. It says it. Give me thumbs up. Make sure it is. Yeah, do you see it?
National Senior Placement Academy.
That's it. Yep, that's it.
All right. Well, where is there a link to that one page that you had?
When you say what one, are you talking about what I was teaching?
Yes.
Oh, they put, Rochelle dropped it in there. It's called PDF Affiliate Marketing. It's a PDF in there.
Okay. Got it.
Rochelle put it in there. You got it? Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Ooh, last question for the best for last. Hilaire, is she there?
Hi. You were mentioning what you're doing is all global. is the senior certification global also? Because I was thinking
No,
about people
no,
that
no,
are
no.
expats.
No.
Oh.
It's not even available in Canada. It's only available here
Okay.
in the US and only for our brokerage.
Okay.
All right, guys. You guys next Thursday. I'll see you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. I will have this recording up tomorrow. You guys all have a good evening. Thank you. Good night.
Bye.